Hi there, folks. It's me, the Bright Queen, Queen Sensitivity, Jabria, and I have some more messages for you today. I feel like right now is the perfect time because it's an example of like a moment where things aren't perfect. Like there's a TV playing outside the door and my dog might bark any second, and I'm like wearing kind of pajama clothes. Like I feel like this is a perfect example of what I was saying in my little mini series that I did about how I changed my life, about how we're kind of taught to like wait for the opening, and then you run and you take it for all it's got. But the power is in believing and knowing that every moment you always have access to everything because you are love, you are the creator. We are all a part of that grand and miniature oneness. And so like you are the one that creates the opening to run through, as well as nothing is ever closed to you because you are the closing. And I feel like this sounds very like woo 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 but I think it's okay. Right now, so if you're not familiar with like how I work, I do everything very intuitively, and my videos might not necessarily be like linear, so just go along with my energy and like feel what you need to feel. Right now, I feel like there's someone here speaking to me. For some reason, I'm getting Michael Jordan. But yeah, there's like someone here that's like supporting me or something. I just heard like the TV make the sound, like there's someone here. I think all the little snaps I always hear in my room are like somebody walking around, and like you can hear them, like, you know, when somebody walk around and like you can hear like the floor do a little like creak or tap sound, like it's them and their energy. So anyways, the thing I want to talk about today is three things. I want to talk about FOMO, the fear of missing out, dealing with like rejection, which is basically just self-rejection, and also body language. I think I'm going to start with body language since that's the one that's like the closest to like my heart, and then if we get to the other ones, then we get to the other ones, and if not, it's just not meant to be. But basically, I got this video on my YouTube shorts, and it was talking about body language and how you can tell somebody based on, yeah, there's somebody here. My light just turned red and now it's orange. Right. I'm guessing that's a signal for something. Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna pull cards and see what you want. It's okay. Can I finish? I started, I think maybe highlighting the importance, or there's also something else. Yeah, I'm seeing Twilight, and I saw Twilight earlier, and then I talked about Twilight earlier. So there's something there. Yeah, body language, and I guess even Bella Swan, and like how her body language was very like closed off. I feel like the same as Edward's, like no, it's okay, like don't talk to me, or it's okay if like I don't get chosen or whatever. And I feel like this is very important. So the other day I was in a grocery store and I started feeling like I used to feel. Like I used to feel very like bright and beautiful, but that energy would get too strong and I would start to feel isolated and separate from the people around me. And I would like start like judging myself, which would then lead to me like judging other people. And it would just create a lot of separation in my reality. And I noticed that happening. I was like, I don't want to feel like that. And so I immediately shifted that and got out of that and started really looking around at the people around me and opening up my energy to be receptive to them and to see everybody around me as my family, or to see everybody around me as an opportunity to love them, to get to know them, to be appreciative of everybody, to be appreciative of this parent in here who's buying snacks for her kids, or be grateful for this random guy in here who's like looking at the carrots, and just feeling their energy and feeling that I'm connected to all of them. That is kind of what I mean by body language. Shifting like how you are interacting with your external world will decide whether or not something is open or closed to you. And this goes back to what I was saying at the beginning. What you want to be is open, because when you're open, even if like nothing happens, you just feel better. When you feel closed off and you get into that space of separation, it's also kind of like being out of love, like outside of love, that lack of connectedness. It just feels shitty. So some things you can do if you find yourself in this, this mess, it's really strong that I need to get to. Just give me a moment. I understand. Okay. The importance of this changes the small things in your life, the small activities. If you are gifted or blessed enough to go to the grocery store, like that little experience being a positive one can change your whole day. Even if, again, nothing happens, quote unquote, nothing good or bad happens. Like going to the gas station, that little moment right there can be so stressful. You can spend that whole time very disconnected from your body. Like, oh, I gotta stop and get gas. Let me hurry up and get this. And like, oh my God, gas prices went up, and all these thoughts run in your head. But if you pause and you stay there the moment and you notice this energy flowing through you and you shift it to openness and like being grateful, like, wow, isn't it wonderful? Like, how quiet it is right now. Like there aren't any sirens, or if there are sirens, like look how wonderful it is that there's a siren. I told you, I am getting to the point. Oh my gosh. I'm glad this is like, you can see what I be going through. Who is this? That's what I want to know. Who is this in my room? I feel like it's somebody I know. It's definitely a male. I feel like it's someone that like I knew in a different lifetime. Maybe my like brother or something, or like a close friend. Like that's a dude, and they're like silly and like also serious. Hold on. Changing those small moments, being in the present moment, finding anything to be grateful for can shift your whole life. And I will just leave it at that. I don't even think we're going to get to the FOMO and rejection part, because there's obviously a message that's coming through. Give me a moment, let me pause, and then if I'm still not able to pick up on the message, I'll just pull some cards, because I got some cards here. All right. Okay. I know they want me to talk about the awakening, ascension, whichever word or phrasing you would like to use. This is happening now. And if you want to be a part of this great awakening, this great remembrance, this ascension, they want me to tell you some things that you can do. You can do stuff like what I was just saying. Every single day, keep bringing your focus to the present and visualizing, manifesting, affirming the reality that is to be. Keep seeing it there. This is something that Ramona Lappin talks about a lot. We as the creator, as God, as love itself, we create this reality. All this stuff that you see in your reality, we created as a collective. And so if you want to help, you want to be a part of what Darius J. Wright calls the great work, ascension, like I said, awakening, super heart supernova event, whatever you like to call it, you can do this by visualizing and seeing love everywhere. Even in, like I said, things that, especially perhaps in things that aren't perfect and things that make you uncomfortable, and the meanest people and the greediest people and the liars and the cheaters, that energy, even inside of yourself, that shame, becoming close with it, looking at it, integrating it, falling in love with it, and then releasing it. They want me to like keep emphasizing like visualizing, and like they want me to like give examples of like how I do this in my life. So I will. What I do in my life, well, I feel like I'm giving away like trade secrets, is I sit, and I guess I meditate, but I sit and I sit with the uncomfortable feeling, and then I find specifically the most uncomfortable situation. So for example, today it was like talking to a person. I was very anxious about having to interact with a particular person. And so the night before, I sat here in my bed and I visualized this person standing right in front of me, and I accepted their energy. The first thing I didn't interact with it. I didn't try to change it or fix it or overcome it or solve it or figure out how to handle it or figure out how to feel happy or good about them. I just sat with their energy, and I realized what was coming up was this sense of fear. And the longer that I was sitting there with that energy, the more I realized that I had nothing to fear, because that energy could not, or that person's vibration rather, to be like more specific, could not touch me without me saying, come here, touch me. And that is very important. Like knowing that you are in charge of who you are. 11:11 when I said that. And I actually just released a song on my more personal channel, I guess, talking about like, I am what I read. Like I wrote these pages and I am what I read. I am what I read. And I'll put that in the description or the comments, one of those, because I get a little shy about my music. But yeah, that's what they want me to emphasize, like your ability to visualize and create your reality. And I always hear like stuff like this, like Jabria does it all the time. Like the Bright Queen does this all the time. Like she'll do, like, I'll give you more examples because it seems that they want me to. Like when I go to a place that I know is crowded and I know that it's going to be a hard like time getting a parking spot, I don't think like that. I'm like, there's going to be a parking spot open for me. I don't need to worry about like finding a park. And in every time, it'll be right there. And in this same instance, which goes back to what I was saying in my mini series about how I changed my life, make sure you watch it. Make sure you subscribe and describe what you like about it for more content like this. I also accept the idea that there won't be. I become okay with having to park somewhere far back. I think in my mind, even if I have to park somewhere far back, then I just get to enjoy the long walk. Like I get to like walk further and like be with myself. I get to listen to music in my headphones for a longer time, or I get to see the people around me for a longer time, or I get to gaze at the sky for a longer amount of time. And I'm okay with that too. Like being okay with either or is the sweet spot. Something else I also want to emphasize, and I feel like I am being a little bit repetitive, but it's okay if the messages are permeating, if it's repetitive. I don't care, as long as I'm winning, as long as you're winning. Yes, I understand. Okay. I keep losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. I keep getting interrupted. They're saying that like, you're not alone. And they're saying like, we're here. This shift, the end of this construct, which is the beginning or the remembrance of the returning of our true self, of love everywhere again, is superbly close, as in like happening right now. And they're saying like, we're here. Like we're closer than you think. And I feel like for those of you who are resonating with what I'm saying, they want you to like talk to them. And if you're not resonating with these messages, and if you are like in a fearful place and this is triggering you, then you're welcome to leave, or you're welcome to sit here and be triggered because it could be waking you up to something you need to heal and clear out. But we don't die. Basically, if you're like wondering like what I'm talking about, we don't die. Our souls are eternal. There is no death. There is no true decay. And basically, these are just beings that are on the other side. That are not currently like in the avatar, so to speak. We are in avatars, so to speak. Just using like these terms, whatever. to try to convey the meaning. But they're saying like we're here, we're closer than you think. You think we're watching everything, like we hear and we know. And I feel like they're also saying like you're doing a great job. And like if you're ever like wondering like if you're on the right track or not, like we'll tell you. Not it's not that they'll tell you, and there's really like no such thing as the right track or not. So just kind of like take lightly what I just said, because I felt like this like disagreement or this like hold on, don't say that, like what I just said. Basically, like I said, they're here, they're around, yeah, they're listening, they're with you, and they have messages. So for those of you who are interested in like leaving your body to hear these messages, or meditating, astral projecting, whatever it is you do to connect with your peoples, your family, your friends on the other side, do that, because there are messages. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some cards to get clearer messages. All right, I'm gonna pause this. All right, so a few cards came out, and if this thing go to 20 minutes, I'm gonna just do a part 2, because that's what I want to do. I don't want to make super long videos. I want these to be short and sweet. So we have here the Empress, spellbound, hypnotic, pulling, devotion to nature, womb. These are major arcana cards that I made myself. This is a message that I've been getting repeatedly, is to be in a divine feminine energy. If you're seeing the number 3 or even 4, I feel like you are being called to step into or to continue to be in a divine feminine energy. It's a position of power. It's a position of like not questioning yourself. You know what you know, and you know what you know. Like, don't doubt yourself. Trust your intuition. It is spot on. And I'm seeing birds as confirmation. If you're ever like wondering like, am I saying the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? And you see a bird, that is confirmation. I feel like to be a bird, you can't second guess yourself. If you're about to jump off a roof or a building and you're about to fly out into the sky, leave your little nest, you can't be like midway through the jump, like, oh, am I like, did I jump the right way? Or am I gonna fly? Am I fast enough? You fall, you could get hurt, you could die, even though there is no death. As I said previously, you need to be like, have that self-confidence. It's not loud. It is just truth. It is there, and it's just known. And I'm feeling like I'm gonna leave this. No, one more, and then I'll leave this part 1 here. So we're gonna go next to the world, and this is the other world, like, so like the reverse energy of the world. And I kept hearing this one reader say that the world card has like a dancing woman or the dancing lady in it. Anyways, it's number 21, but this also looks like 17 to me, so maybe that's important. It's this hang gliding person. Approaching cliff. Oh, I just talked about cliffs. The fool, ungrounded, being tested. So like, I feel like right now, it's really important to like, kind of be the fool. And this is connected to this Empress energy of what I was saying about like, be sure and confident of yourself. Don't question and second guess yourself. If your intuition is like, go this way, even though you know it's like the wrong way to where you're trying to go, or if it's a longer way to where you're trying to go that way anyways. Like, continue to trust where you're being led, because as we know, the world card represents like the end of a cycle, but it also represents the beginning of a cycle. And I feel like with this being like the other or the reverse world card, it represents more of a beginning, but it's like a beginning where you don't get to like see or decide what the result is, but you also just know the result is magical. And what I'm seeing in my mind is like that dragon egg from the Dragon Prince, and like, you don't know what the Dragon Prince is gonna look like. You don't know if the scales are gonna be blue or green or shimmer just so, or if it's gonna be a boy or a girl. Like, you don't know these things, but you know you have this egg, and you know that whatever's in it is gonna be magical, powerful, and life-changing. So stick around for part 2. I promise not to make it come out like super far from this one. Oh, and subscribe, comment, and I'll see you there.